Hi, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the 3 important reasons to cross over ghosts before this happens. Now, this is a really important topic. And while there are 3 main reasons, there's a lot of other reasons that go into them. So I'm going to break open this topic for you and talk about it. I've been working with the spirit world my entire life. Of course, I'm a medium, I'm a spiritual healer, I work with the paranormal, on and on. This is what I do full time. This is my career. This is who I am. I've done it forever. So my knowledge and experience comes from the living, my studies, my work, also my connection with the other side, what I've learned from spirits, and from the thousands and thousands of clients that I worked from, including thousands and thousands of clearings around hauntings. So this important information needs to reach you wherever you're at today. Some of your own loved ones, they may find themselves earthbound, and it is very important to cross them over, as well as those of you working in the paranormal field. Once you've collected your information and data about a house being haunted, it really should be cleared. Those souls need to continue to move forward and to be released from those haunted environments. So whether it's a loved one that you're questioning if they went to the light or not, or if it's you working in the paranormal world and collecting data and information about the afterlife through this exploration process, by all means, get all your information, collect your research, formulate your opinions, have the full experience. But part of that experience should be crossing over those ghosts and clearing those hauntings. And I'm going to tell you the very, very important reasons why. The first one is that when a ghost is released from a property, it is be able to regain its spiritual abilities. So what I mean by this is ghosts are not in the highest possible vibration. When a loved one passes, or this may just be a ghost you run across somewhere, they have turned away from the light. They did not step into the light. They did not ascend and go to heaven. They made a conscious choice through their own free will to avoid the light. Many of them do this because they're afraid of judgment. Sometimes they stated to take care and nurture their young children that they're leaving behind. Sometimes they're drunk or high when they die and they're confused and they don't know how to get to the light. There's many different reasons. Sometimes people die so suddenly and so tragically that their consciousness hasn't even become aware that they're dead. So there's many reasons why people avoid the light, but the light is where we progress. So there's a certain time frame after death where we pop out of our body and we have all these wonderful spiritual abilities. We run around, we can see all our loved ones at once at the same exact time simultaneously. If I were to die, I could be, off in Virginia visiting my friends, and I could be in California visiting some family all at the same time. And this is why so many people have after-death experiences and visits from their loved ones shortly after their passing. Now, after this time frame, it's about a little shorter than 2 weeks, your loved one goes into the light and they maintain all of those wonderful spiritual abilities. This allows them to continue to connect with their loved ones simultaneously at any time, to come and visit you in a dream, to help you out with things, to be your guardian angel, all of these wonderful things. But in that same time frame, if those souls chose not to go into the light, the door closes to their spiritual abilities. And this is how a ghost is created. So boom, they drop off of them and they're magnetized and locked into the grid. They're locked into the location that they're at that time when the window closes. So this is why houses are haunted. This is why accident sites are haunted. This is why sometimes people are haunted. Funeral homes, like graveyards, hospitals, all these places, because when the window closes, if your loved one does not go into the light, the soul becomes earthbound. At this point, they cannot leave that environment. They cannot access their higher spiritual abilities. They cannot go around and visit their loved ones. Like I said, they can't be a guardian to you. They can't help you with things. They're now, as an earthbound spirit, as a ghost, they're very low vibrational. They're unhealed, which means also they're very stuck in their earthly drama. It means that they're still processing everything that they were in life. If they were upset about somebody cheating on them, if they had problems with their bills, if they were sickly, they're still feeling their pain. Now, I've been doing paranormal work for over 19 years, and some of the things that you hear from the spirits, which I love because even though I'm a medium, I hear it. But when a device also is recording the voice of a ghost telling you the same exact thing, now it is, scientific data. So you know that this is accurate and true. So I have many, many recordings where ghosts will tell me that they had working disease, which is a heart attack. They will tell me that they're still in pain. They beg for help. They ask the living for help because they're still in the mindset that they were at the time of their passing. Some are still sick. Some are on the battlefield, still thinking they're in battle. They have not progressed and moved forward. That's the energy of a ghost. That is an earthbound spirit who missed their opportunity to go to the light and release all of that stuff. So they're stuck. And that's really, really important for you guys to know because I know so many people, it's entertaining to go to ghost places. And I love going to haunts. I love being in that environment. But when I encounter a ghost, I know it's my divine purpose to cross them over and get them to where they need to be so that soul can continue to move forward. And we'll go more into that, the reasons why, okay? But it's really important that you understand all of that. The other things that happen is that if somebody has not gone into the light, they became a ghost, they're not progressing. They're, like I said, they're not released of their energy. They're not released of their illness. They're not released of their problems that they had in life or any of their earthly trauma. And they are not allowed to progress spiritually because they're kind of, even though no one's 100% cut off from the light, they can't see it. It is so dim where they are. So they just repetitively move around the same location, not advancing as a soul, not getting their soul lessons, not doing their life review, not moving forward into a higher spiritual vibration. This is the natural progression. This is what is supposed to occur. So a ghost is someone out of place in time, and they need to be moved forward. Let me see. I just want to make sure I reach everything here. The other really, really, really important thing to know is that if it's a loved one and not just some random ghost, but if it's a loved one that did not cross over, the family intuitively feels this. The family and friends also, they will feel that their loved one is unhealed. And a lot of times this will show up in the form of nightmares, or they will be stuck in such a deep grief that they can't seem to shake it. And they feel more traumatized by the passing than others, than other deaths that they've experienced. So the family stays in a state of unhealed grief as long as that loved one has not crossed over. So that alone is significant to the reason why it's so very, very important for us to cross over the ghosts. Remember, the ghosts, they're not play toys. They are real people. There are souls. They have families. They have loved ones. They have a story to complete. And it doesn't get to be completed until they're released from the earth plane and moved into the spiritual realms where they can then reconnect. Because as soon as they go into the light, which some of us call heaven or the other side, the afterlife, it's all the same place. Once they get to the other side, this lifts the family's grief and they feel a sense of healedness, a wholeness comes over them. Now they're not carrying the burden of the unhealed soul. So this is really, really important. So once the loved one crosses over, the family releases their grief. That earthbound spirit, now that it's in heaven, bam, gets all of its spiritual abilities back, which means the very second it crosses over, a medium can connect to that loved one and get you information from him. Also, that loved one now has all potential, all spiritual abilities are reclaimed. Now at this point, they can get back and visit everybody simultaneously again. They can also assign themselves as your spirit guardian. There's so many things that occur once they regain their spiritual abilities. So the time frame when they stay stuck as a ghost, all of that is lost. They don't have access to any of it, and it's harmful to the living. Okay, so we want to get them into the light. We want to get them, moved along on their spiritual path. The second reason is having a ghost in your environment, whether it's your work environment, your home environment, or on your land. These are unhealed spirits. Like I said, they're not a high enough spiritual vibration to be a benefit to the living. So what they do is they extract energy from the living. That's what sustains them, because their source of light is so low that they need to take it from another source of light, which is, my friend, you. Okay. So if you have a ghost in your environment, they are robbing you of your vital life force energy because they no longer have access to their own. So you may experience this with having, low energy. Many people suffering from depression have a lot of ghosts around them. So they take your energy, they take your inspiration, they try to zap your light out of you because they need it. So this is where fight or flight comes in. If you have a ghost and you're entertaining it in your environment, cross them over. And once they're a spirit and they have all their potential and all their gifts back spiritually, if they want to come back and connect with you, they can. You can continue to learn from the spirits that are on the other side, rather than the ones just roaming around in your environment feeling stuck and cut off. So we always want to move them on, and then we can establish that bridge and that connection to the afterlife, where we can learn from the spirits who are truly in their highest way of being. Now, another thing is, like I've asked people this many times, when they're looking for missing people, or they're using their spiritual gifts to help. Ghosts lie. Ghosts tell lies, because why? They're stuck in their earthly drama. So if they were liars in life, or if they're covering up for someone they don't want to get in trouble, they will continue to project that storyline or flat out lie. Now, once an earthbound spirit goes into the light and they've gone through this process of healing, boom, if you connect with them, now you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get crazy drama. You're not going to get misled by anybody. Once a spirit is ascended, you can now talk to them and communicate with them. They do not take your energy. They do not lie, and they will not make you sick. Okay? But having a ghost in your environment will make you sick. It will drain your life force energy right out of you. Many children will experience this in recurring respiratory problems, lots of sinus infections, ear infections, trouble breathing, lots of fighting around the home. A ghost, because it's zapping your energy, it makes everyone feel more frazzled. Lots of fighting occurs. So that's another way that you may know that you have some earthbound spirits that are really low vibrational and draining your family's energy. Okay. So once you cross over any ghosts that are in your environment, you release them from your home, your land. It doesn't matter if you know them or not. It doesn't matter. You can still have them crossed over. Once they get to the other side, immediately the environment actually looks brighter. You will notice it looks like somebody put on a higher wattage light bulb. It looks brighter. It feels clearer, and your physical body will gain its energy back. There's also a lot to do with the mind. So there's less confusion, less fatigue. All of those things help the living. So you will feel healthier once you've crossed over ghosts and gotten them cleared out of your environment. Now, the third reason is because if you can imagine all these unhealed spirits roaming around on the earth plane, in your homes, in the land, in the businesses, and what that's doing to the living, in terms of keeping them in grief, keeping them in low vibrational states, keeping them from healing, keeping them feeling sickly and fatigued, and all the different things, that is lowering the vibration on earth. So collectively, like if we decided, wow, we didn't know this, right? Most people don't know this, otherwise they would have approached the topic differently. But once you start to cross over the unhealed spirits, the earthbound spirits that are trapped, that are stuck, that are locked in to the Earth's magnetic grid, once you begin to cross them over, the vibration on the planet raises, right? We have so many ghosts right now stuck in the in-between that are keeping the vibrations on Earth low. And what does that cause? Illness, war, disease, trouble, financial trouble, conflicts, because those are the low vibrational energies. So collectively, It is very important for us to be able to lift those vibrations and put the ghosts in the proper place where there is healing on the physical plane and also healing for them on the spiritual plane, helping them ascend into the light, helping them reconnect with their spiritual mission, their lessons, and everything that they need to do for growth on the other side. We need to clear up the energy here on the earth plane. We need to clear the ghosts. We need to shift the energies that are holding humanity back and holding us in a state of a dysfunction and unhealed energies and keeping the chaos going. So if you're a healer and you're a medium and this is calling to you, this is a divine calling. And I've been doing it my entire life. I've been doing it. I've learned many different ways to do it. And I use the most simple technique that I love and adore. It's very fast. There's no drama. There's no attachments. I can work with tricky spirits of all kinds with no drama, no attachments, no zap. It doesn't zap my energy whatsoever because I know how to do this. If that's something that calls to you, understand that that is a calling. And I do have a course online that teaches you how to do this because it's really, really important work and it needs to be done. So hello there. Hi, Elaine. Nice to see you. So if you've ever encountered a ghost, let me know that down in the comments. Let me know what your experience was. You know, I love the paranormal. I love working within the paranormal too, because part of that was for me was collecting proof of the afterlife. And there are so many things to be gained. And I've learned something from all the different paranormal people that I've encountered and collaborated with and worked with over all the years. They all have a true desire to help the haunted. They really, really want to help. And the second thing that I've learned about them is that most of them have lost somebody close to them and they're really trying to understand the afterlife and they're really longing to have their own experience. But I can tell you that waiting around in the dark for ghosts to go bump is not the most opportune way to do it. Gaining the skills to work within the spiritual realm by developing your spiritual gifts, learning how to cross over will actually help you to have real firsthand experiences with the other side. So this program, it's designed for all of you. It's designed for those of you that want to connect with your own loved ones on the afterside, to get your own proof, to learn how to raise your vibration, to be able to work within the spiritual realms on a personal level or professional level. It's also designed to help you realize how natural the spirit world is, right? And help you understand the ethics involved with working with the spirit world. And it helps you to be able to cross over spirits so that when you run across them, or if you're checking in on family, or you knew that they had a traumatic death, you can immediately help them and help the whole living family that you have and all the friends that are living by doing this, and also the greater community and the globe, the world. It all helps put things where they need to be. So however you fit into that calling, you know, some people like to use my program to become a professional medium. And I do offer 2 certifications, one for Master Your Mediumship and one for Paranormal Rescue Medium. This work is so important and it is a calling. Some people, like I said, they will take the course just so they can sit in their own living room at night and learn the ways to connect with their own loved ones and learn how to tune in and raise their vibration and get their focus and understand their spiritual gifts and develop those within the program. A lot of people actually do it for that reason. And then, like I said, those of the others of you that are working as a professional medium or in the paranormal world, and many of you are getting drained, you're getting attachments, you're having all kinds of bad chaos happen because not just because you're not spiritually protected enough, but maybe you don't understand all the different components of working within the spiritual world. So this course, it's 2 courses. If you sign up for the Master Your Mediumship course, I'm throwing in the Paranormal Rescue Medium course for free right now. So that's a savings of $399. I'll put the link below the video. You'll have access to that. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below this video. I'm super happy to answer questions. if it's something that's not personal. I'm not going to connect spiritually and start doing readings for free because that's my professional time. So if you have questions, I can refer you to other videos that I've made. I can answer questions about the courses. If you go to the website and you still have questions, contact me about that and I can answer your questions to see if this is a good fit for you. But yes, my YouTube channel is filled with spiritual content. I've been teaching and training mediums and professionals in that industry for a very, very long time. So if you have questions about ghosts or the spirit world, or you want to share your own experiences, I know many of you have had them, where you have, it might just be a one-off, where others of you, it might be a daily occurrence, but if you'd like to share that, put that in the comments too, because we are, as the earth has been vibrationally shifting, we are coming closer and closer to the vibration of where the spirit world exists. And it's been happening for a good long time, but about 10 years, I became aware that everyone's going to think they're haunted because we're just actually getting into the higher vibration where the spirit world is. So I know many of you are having personal experiences. And some of you within that are going to also find that you have a calling to work within the spiritual realms. So if that's you, you're in the right place. I'm super happy that you're here. Remember how important it is to cross over the ghosts, the earthbound spirits, the unhealed spirits, the trapped spirits. You have the divine right, and I can teach you how to do this. So I really thank you for tuning in. Oh, you do. Yeah, Elaine. Yeah, I get it. I see spirits all the time too, and I'm actually going to add one more course pretty soon here, training people how to develop their spiritual sight so that they can see the spiritual dimensions around them, because I know a lot of people still long to see spiritually and they haven't had that experience yet. But I love it, Elaine. I love being able to see spiritually. Last night, actually, I was doing some moon magic rituals, I was calling in all my highest guides and angels, and I saw a beautiful white mist like on the ceiling right there. And it just made me happy. I was like, oh, welcome, because the white mist is always my angels, and it was also up at the ceiling. It was just beautiful. I know, because the ghosts are like more dark blobs and unhealed, lower vibrational energies. They don't show up like white mist. So yeah, I get to see the orbs. I get to see the mist. I get to see the apparitions. I love working within the spiritual realm, and I love teaching people about it. If you don't have my book, Elaine, you might like one of my books. I do teach. I have this one, Death in the Afterlife. And it will help you and give you some guidance on how to, definitely understand death in the afterlife, but then also how to get your connection and interpret your own signs and symbols from your loved ones in the afterlife. But I have another book that you may like as well if you're seeing a lot of spirits. I believe it's still available on Amazon. It's called Setting Spirits Free. And that was published back in 2013. And I know it's out of print now, but there's still used copies available. So that's still available. I'll have the link for that below this video too. But that's pretty interesting, because it will also show you how you can access your own spiritual abilities to clear your spiritual realms around you, your home. It's so important to keep your home clear spiritually, you guys. You do not want ghosts following you home from the grocery store. And if you're a natural medium, you already know what I'm talking about, because they will latch onto you every time you leave the house, and they will try to come on home with you. It's funny, because sometimes when I go to the store, it's like they are ahead of me and they're moving, they're, throwing stuff off the counters and shelves. And I'm like, ooh, okay. I better like really disconnect my energy and clear off before I go home, because I don't want to bring all this stuff home with me. Natural mediums have a way about them where they could even be talking to somebody who's sad, and suddenly the person feels so good, but you're walking home with their attachment jumped onto you. So, everyone might feel good in your company, but you might be getting really weighed down. And so that's why it's so important to know about these spiritual things and to be able to keep your spiritual energy clear and have the skills and abilities to do so. So if you're a natural medium, you might be filling up your house with ghosts that weren't even attached to the house or the land. That's how they get there. They jump on the back of an empath and they come on home with you. So it's very important to be able to discern the energies that are around and to not have any fear around it. Just gain the confidence through developing your skills so that you can clear your body's energy all the time and clear the environments that you live in and work in. Okay, you guys. Yeah. I thank you so much for being here. I think we got it covered. Again, I have the link below this video. If you're on YouTube, I'm going to share this to other social platforms. Please share this video if you know somebody that can benefit from the information in it. And leave me your comments about what your experiences have been. Let me know what kind of questions you have. If you want to learn something, I'll make a new video. It's very important to get this information out there. Like I said, it's not just for the ghost you cross over. I mean, and I would like to say this, I guess this is how I'm going to end it, because this is what I tell my classes. I'm like, sometimes people think like, I don't want to do this professionally. No. But even if you just cross over one ghost, okay? Even if you get my book and learn how to do it, or if you take my courses and you just do it this one time, I want to let you know that the impact of crossing over one ghost is so huge. When you cross over that ghost, you release them from the trapped environment that they're in, where they're holding everyone around them at a lower vibration and sickliness or chaos or confusion. So you cross them over, boom, you relieve all the people in that environment. Now they're able to heal and raise vibrationally. Okay, they're happier, they're healthier. So you just helped all those people by crossing over that one ghost. Also, what have you done? You've helped the family and friends of that ghost begin to heal and release the unhealed parts of themselves that were empathing that their loved one was stuck. And you're releasing the unhealed grief from all their DNA line. The entire DNA line intuitively feels when one of their own has not crossed over. And all the family or all the friends that love that person are impacted because their energetic heart is connected to them. So when you cross over that one ghost, all of those people come up. You've healed all of those people also. And vibrationally on the earth, you have made way for the elevation, the vibrational elevation to raise, the vibrations and the frequencies on earth to raise, because there's not another trapped soul holding the dense energy in place. So you guys, even if you only ever cross over one ghost, you have an amazing potential to heal countless other people. So don't ever think this work is small work. This work is enormous, and it's necessary, and it's needed. So on that, I'll close. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.